Hi, this is Pete, our level overland. So if you've been following along on our level overland on YouTube or Instagram, you've seen that I've got the 48 Willys. It's been a project. I bought it, drove it the first fall that I owned it, then pulled the motor and had it rebuilt. Then I just put it on the back burner for quite a while and focused on higher priorities. But I've got time now a little bit here and there, so I just want to start working on it little by little. And anytime I can get into it is progress. So today I'm gonna move some things around and get it out here in the bay. It's kind of tucked in there right now, and I could work on it where it sits, but it's kind of a hassle. And I figure if I put it out here in my main bay, that'll be a little bit more motivating to get to it. It's a roller, so if I need to get my Jeep or one of our other vehicles in here for routine maintenance, I can just roll it out of the way. But so yeah, I want to move some things around, get it out here in the bay, and see what I can get started on today. Stick around. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. Took about 15 minutes moving some things around, and she rolls real easy, so it's easy to push it out here into the bay by myself. That works out nice. Like I said, I'm excited to have it out here where I'll be more motivated to work on it rather than have it tucked kind of out of the way, out of sight, out of mind, in a sense. But the nice part is that moving it out here, like I said, if I do need to do some daily driver maintenance, it's pointed right here at the door, so I'll be able to roll it out easy enough to get it out of the way. But otherwise, it's right out here in my main bay where I can work on it. Where it was tucked in, what I didn't really think about is that created some good space. So that gives me kind of a little work area, a little staging area, and can work on the motor. And the table back there is all parts from my M416 I've got tore apart. Did some welding, some repairs on that. If you remember Mikey from an earlier video, especially in the Liberty series, my nephew Mikey was in. He did some welding for me. He's a little more experienced welder, and fixed up some stuff for me as well. So I've got the M416 trailer. That's another project. The Willys, of course. The overlanding. The 66 plow Jeep ain't really a project. It could be, but it's just old plow Jeep. I don't even do enough maintenance on that as I should. Probably leaks everywhere, but that just lets me know there's still fluid in it, right? That's the Jeep thing. If there's still leaks, you know there's fluid in it. So yeah, got a little workspace here. Got the 48 out where I can work on it, and not sure how I'm going to play this out really. On one hand, I don't really want it to be part of the overlanding channel, just because I'd like that to focus on overlanding. But it might be a nice little side playlist, or maybe I'll just make a second channel for the 48 exclusively. Hopefully I can work on it and get out here and play around enough to sustain that reasonably. Nothing lost by putting videos out here and there, but I'm not trying to grow a big channel with it. But basically, I don't want to take too much of the focus away from the overlanding on the overlanding channel. And if I do work on this enough, it would be fun to have just the channel for the 48. But I might start out with just a side playlist. Not sure how it's going to play out, honestly, but looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it. I've wanted a flat fender Jeep since I was a kid. I remember when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, early teens at the latest, getting comic books, and in the back of the comic books there was always the little ad that said you could get a Willys Jeep for $50. I'm sure that was all just mythical, but nonetheless, it really got me interested in them, and I've always wanted a flat fender. Back then, as a kid, I didn't know the difference between a military flat fender or a civilian CJ2a versus an MB. None of that. I just knew I wanted a flat fender. Then growing up, I spent 10 years in the military, and then got really involved in Jeeping, of course. And so the whole combination just really fed toward it, and like I said, I've always wanted one. I finally was able to get one. So it's not a military version, a civilian version. I don't really have a preference. I love them both. I'm not going to make it a military clone. It is going to stay a civilian looking version. I'm going to keep it mostly stock. I'm switching it. When I got it, it still had a 6-volt system. So I am going to update it to 12-volt just purely out of convenience. Easier to find light bulbs. 12-volt systems, obviously more common. Having an alternator instead of a generator. Putting in 12-volt. There is a socket in the dash already. It looks like a cigarette lighter socket. So I'll probably feed that to 12 volts to be able to charge phones and maybe GPS or something to when we actually get it street legal and out driving places. I would love to take this on a little weekend overlanding trip with the M416 trailer haul on the gear. But apparently Leo likes the idea of riding in the Jeep. But yeah, so I've always wanted one. It's awesome to have one. I've had it for a few years now, so it ain't like it's new to me, but I have not driven it most of the time I've owned it. Drove it the first fall. The engine had a knock, had a bad bearing, so we pulled it, had the engine rebuilt, and then it's been on the stand ever since. So yeah, like I said, I'm really excited about getting going. I'm not getting started on it to make it pretty. This is not going to be a frame off restore, nothing like that. The primary goal right now is to get it running so I can drive it and enjoy it. Then I'll start worrying about, or maybe thinking about, a body restoration. But I'll probably play with the welder and some spots of metal repair along the way. I'm not gonna set here's the exact schedule of what I'm doing. I'm not going there. I'm just gonna kind of hit it as I feel. Some of it's going to be wiring. I might jump around wiring, motor, transmission, body, who knows. Just really excited about it. Look forward to it. So like I said, I'll see how I'll try to make a decision on a channel soon. As I'm making this video, I don't want to start it on one and then switch over to another YouTube channel or whatever. So I'll try to get that decision made. And then start getting videos out on this as well as overlanding. If you're watching this because you follow the Overland channel, today's Friday, and tomorrow morning we're going on a trail run that will end up at the Blessing of the Jeeps in Mesick, Michigan. So trail run in the morning, getting to the Blessing of the Jeeps, then we'll be at the event, and we'll see what happens there. I don't know, maybe I'll try to find a vendor to do an interview with or whatever, and just have some fun, and that hopefully will lead to a video coming out next week about the trail run and the Blessing of the Jeeps. So stick around. If you're interested in the 48, follow on to see if that's going to be its own channel or a playlist on this on the Overlanding channel. Hopefully pretty soon, like I said in the last video, giving the update, we'll get back on and finish up the Liberty build. Not much left to do on that. We don't have a ton of plans for that one. It is her daily driver, not going to be off-roading that a lot. We'll probably hit some trails, maybe take a 2-vehicle overlanding a little bit, but for the most part, that's just going to be a daily driver. It's going to be a small build. I got to move because Leo's trying to get into the action here. With the front end all taken apart and the grill not there, there's nothing to support the hood. So I leave it up for now, but it's resting on the steering wheel. So basically it's in the way. I want to take it off, and also you can see that the hinge is broke anyways a little bit. That's something I'd like to just clean up, weld back together correctly, and get the hood out of the way, just set it out of the way for a while we work on it. But there's the 4 screws here, but the only one I can move is this one. So me and Thor, we're gonna hit it with this guy, See if we can't break these other 3 loose. I've already sprayed it with PV Blaster, so hopefully that'll help a little bit. So far, so good. There we go. I think they're all loose. This one was already loose. Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. I think I tried to take this off once before and couldn't get them loose. Alright. Just going to climb right in here because when that last one comes loose, I want to be where I can keep it from just falling around. I don't remember what that tool is called, but it's awesome. That worked well. Alright. You can see the original, I think it's Picket Green. Picket Gray, Picket Green. It's a greenish gray. Kind of like it. I wish they would have left it alone. Although I do like the Normandy blue look. Did you hear that? I set the hood over here and it fell down. Alright, so here's that little broken part of the hood hinge. So I'm going to clean that up a little bit and put some little stitch welds in it and try to fix that up. You can hear Leo somewhere over there. Alright, that ought to be good for getting that. A little bit hot still. Woo! A little warm to the touch. I wasn't very smart. But yeah, that should be cleaned up enough to get a good bite on it with the ground and to be able to get that stitch welded back together. Clean that up a little bit with the grinder and see how it looks. Somebody once told me there's welders and there's grinders. At this point, I'm okay with being a grinder. I know I'm not a good welder yet. But if you weld it solid with some stitch welds, grind it clean, in the end, it's all the same anyway. I just might use a little bit more wire than the other guy. But yeah, I'll get that cleaned up. We'll see how it looks and eventually we'll clean this up and prime it and spray something on it just to keep from rusting. Alright, so got that welded and cleaned up a little. Not perfect, but prepared. So that'll work. Solid. It ain't pretty, it ain't the best, but it's solid, so it'll work. Not sure what I'm gonna hit on next, but I'll get this out of the way and I don't know, take a look and I'll see what I want to do next.